How artificial intelligence is transforming marketing and global brands. The birth of a new era in marketing. Not long ago, marketers relied on intuition and manual analysis. Today, however, the industry has entered the era of artificial intelligence. The global market for AI-powered marketing technologies is projected to reach $47.3 billion by 2025, up from $12 billion in 2020. According to Statista, by 2028 this figure will exceed 107 billion euros, a nearly ninefold increase in just a decade. Such rapid growth signals one thing: AI is fundamentally rewriting the rules of marketing. What does this mean in practice? Algorithms and neural networks are taking over tasks once performed by armies of specialists. Real-time data analysis, personalized recommendations, automated ad buying, all of this has become possible thanks to AI. According to McKinsey, the adoption of generative AI could boost marketing productivity by 5 to 15% of total marketing budgets. In other words, companies can spend less while achieving more. Marketing is entering a new era where success depends on how effectively one can harness machine intelligence. In this documentary-style story, we will explore every dimension of this transformation. The journey spans roughly 17 chapters, from hyper-personalization and algorithmic consumer psychology to creative disruption and the evolving role of marketers. We will see how AI permeates everything, from global giants like Amazon and Coca-Cola to creative agencies, diving deep into data, insights, and real-world case studies to uncover how exactly artificial intelligence is reshaping marketing and global brands. AI conquers brands. AI in marketing is now everywhere, from small startups to multinational corporations. Surveys confirm this ubiquity. 88% of marketers worldwide already use AI tools in their daily work, while 92% of companies across industries plan to invest in generative AI solutions within the next 3 years. In other words, nearly every business, from local retailers to global brands, is either already using AI or preparing to do so. Even industries once considered conservative are undergoing transformation. Global leaders are setting the pace. According to one study, 91.5% of the world's largest companies, including Google, Pfizer, CVS, and GM, have already invested in AI technologies. These investments are not a passing trend. They are driven by tangible business value. No wonder 85% of top executives believe that AI will help their companies gain and sustain a competitive advantage. For brands, artificial intelligence has become a way to work smarter and connect more deeply with customers. Practical examples abound. Social media platforms, search giants, and retail networks are all deploying AI to optimize their marketing. Coca-Cola is creating new campaigns powered by AI. Nike uses big data analytics to better understand its customers. Amazon automates advertising and personalization at massive scale. In the early 2010s, AI in marketing was a bold experiment. By the mid-2020s, it has become the new industry standard. Those who fail to adapt risk being left behind. Marketing is being transformed by AI, and this is only the beginning of far greater change. Personalization. Marketing for an audience of one. Personalization has become the magic word of modern marketing. With the help of artificial intelligence, brands can now communicate with each customer as if they were an audience of one, tailoring offers to each individual's unique interests and behavior. This strategy yields tangible results. For instance, Amazon AS recommendation algorithms account for around 35% of all company sales, meaning more than one-third of Amazon AS revenue is generated through intelligent purchase suggestions. The same applies to Netflix, where over 80% of all content viewed on the platform is discovered through AI-powered personalized recommendations. In effect, most viewers watch what algorithms suggest rather than searching for content themselves. The power of personalization is supported by research. According to a McKinsey report, a precisely targeted personalized approach can increase customer satisfaction by 20% and conversion rates by 115%. In other words, people are more likely to buy and remain satisfied when they are approached with offers that are genuinely relevant to them. Big data combined with AI provides all the tools for this: purchase history, website behavior, activity time, preferred communication channels. Hundreds of signals are analyzed to craft the perfect message for every individual. Major brands are actively embracing this approach. Starbucks, through its mobile loyalty program, collects data about each customer's purchases, favorite drinks, and even visit times. Using this data, AI delivers individualized promotions. For example, on a cool morning, a push notification might remind you about your favorite spiced latte. This method has already led to a significant increase in engagement. Personalized promotions have encouraged customers to use the app more frequently and have raised the average order value. Nike gathers information about users' running sessions and activity through its Nike Plus app, then uses AI to offer tailored gear recommendations and personalized training advice. Netflix not only recommends shows and films but also adjusts the thumbnails and descriptions based on each viewer's preferences, increasing the likelihood that the user will find something appealing. The conclusion is clear: personalization works. Consumers feel that the brand truly understands them, while businesses gain loyal customers. In an era of overwhelming information noise, speaking the language of personal interests is a powerful competitive advantage, and artificial intelligence has made personalization genuinely scalable, from millions of customers to each one individually. Algorithms and the psychology of the consumer. What lies behind the effectiveness of all these recommendations and targeting systems? The psychology of the consumer in the age of algorithms is a subtle matter, one that marketers are now studying through the lens of artificial intelligence. Algorithms no longer just collect data. They actively shape human preferences, subtly guiding decisions and influencing choices. This brings both new opportunities and new ethical questions. On one hand, personalized marketing enhances convenience for consumers. On the other, it evokes a sense of being watched, a kind of digital surveillance that many find unsettling. A recent survey found that 56% of Americans feel uncomfortable knowing that companies track their online behavior for the purpose of personalized advertising. 54% say such tailored ads feel creepy or even frightening. Yet 25% admit that personalized ads help them discover new products. The result is a psychological paradox. People appreciate the convenience, but dislike the feeling of being observed. Algorithms are learning to play on behavioral triggers. Studies show that automated marketing systems increasingly use psychological principles like scarcity, urgency, and social proof to encourage impulse purchases. For instance, banners that read "Only one left in stock" or "5 people are viewing this item right now" create a sense of immediacy. These subtle psychological cues, amplified by the vast scale of data, make algorithmic marketing a powerful tool of persuasion. It is no coincidence that cases like the infamous Cambridge Analytica scandal demonstrated how micro-targeting can influence not only purchasing behavior but even political beliefs. Yet, the algorithmic approach has its pitfalls. Academic research has shown that recommendation systems can unintentionally reinforce gender stereotypes. For example, showing certain types of products to men more often than to women. In effect, AI sometimes inherits the biases embedded in the data it is trained on. There is also the risk of a so-called echo chamber effect, when consumers are continually shown content that aligns only with their past interests. Their worldview narrows, and the chance for discovery or novelty diminishes. Marketers must strike a delicate balance. Nike has found an innovative solution. The company uses AI not only to analyze what customers are saying about the brand, but also to understand the emotions behind those words. Algorithms examine the tone of reviews, social media posts, and form of mentions to detect emotional sentiment. By understanding what inspires, excites, or frustrates its audience, the brand can craft campaigns that hit the emotional bullseye. This emotionally intelligent approach has significantly amplified Nike's engagement and loyalty metrics. According to internal estimates, emotionally resonant, AI-powered advertising has markedly strengthened the brand's connection with its audience. It is a vivid example of how psychology and algorithms can work hand in hand for positive impact. In conclusion, AI has given marketers the tools to quite literally peer into the consumer's mind. Algorithms can anticipate and even shape desires, but such power must be used responsibly. Personalization should never cross the line into manipulation. Brands that subtly respect psychological boundaries, offering relevance without intrusiveness, build trust. Those that abuse this balance risk alienating their audience. The era of algorithms demands a new understanding of human nature. Data-driven, yes, but also deeply respectful of emotion, privacy, and personal choice. Advertising on autopilot, targeting and programmatic marketing. The advertising industry was among the first to feel the transformative power of artificial intelligence. Today, much of digital advertising runs on algorithmic autopilot. The key phenomenon here is programmatic advertising, the automated buying and selling of ad space through platforms where AI decides in real time which ad to show to which user and at what price. Already, more than 80% of global digital ad spending flows through such automated platforms. In other words, the vast majority of banners, videos, and search ads are now bought and served not manually by people, but by machine algorithms. How does this work in practice? When you open a website or an app, an invisible auction happens within milliseconds. The system identifies your anonymized characteristics, gender, age, interests, based on cookies or profile data, and dozens of advertisers powered by AI place bids for the right to show you their ad. The entire process takes roughly 100 milliseconds, a split second in which neural networks make decisions faster and more effectively than any human could. As a result, advertising has become far more targeted. On social media, we see ads for products we recently browsed. On YouTube, videos that perfectly align with our tastes. For brands, this precision targeting is a goldmine. Budgets are spent only on those most likely to respond. Tech giants are racing to integrate AI deeper into their advertising tools. Google, for instance, uses machine learning in its Google Ads auction system. Its Smart Bidding Crew feature automatically adjusts bids per click to achieve specific goals, such as acquiring conversions at an optimal cost. Meta, Facebook, employs AI to optimize ad delivery, with algorithms deciding autonomously when and to whom to display each ad post to maximize engagement. This means advertisers no longer need to manually select millions of ad placements and audience segments. Instead, they simply set broad parameters, and the intelligent system finds the right audience automatically. This shift also delivers huge time savings. Marketers once bogged down by the tedious setup and management of ad campaigns can now focus on strategic work. According to Gartner, companies that integrate AI across their marketing operations can reallocate up to 75% of staff, ASR's operational workload, from content production and campaign management to higher-level strategy and creative innovation. In other words, routine manual work such as ad placement and testing is being automated, freeing humans to focus on creativity, strategy, and ideas. Another significant frontier is the generation of ad messages by AI itself. We are rapidly approaching a point where neural networks will produce a large share of all advertising materials. Analysts predict that by 2025, 30% of outbound marketing messages from major corporations will be AI-generated, including variations of headlines, ad copy, and banners, all automatically tailored to different audience segments. Meta, for example, already offers technology that can dynamically adjust ad text and imagery on the fly based on each user's interests. Of course, automation brings new challenges, such as transparency about why an algorithm made a particular decision, or ensuring ads don't appear on questionable platforms. Yet the overarching trend is clear. Advertising is increasingly machine-driven. The autopilot handles the optimization, while humans set the goals and monitor the system's fairness and accuracy. This shift not only enhances efficiency but also boosts results. AI-powered campaigns consistently deliver higher ROI. No wonder 81% of marketers report that using AI has improved brand awareness and directly increased sales. Algorithms are finding genuinely interested audiences and helping brands communicate with them in the most relevant and human way possible. Chatbots, the digital consultants of modern brands. When customers reach out to a brand, more and more often, it's not a human who answers first. It's artificial intelligence. Enter the chatbot, a virtual assistant that ES, available 24/7 to help website visitors or messaging app users. Modern chatbots have become so advanced that they can hold meaningful conversations, provide consultations, take orders, and resolve common issues, all without the involvement of a live employee. For marketers, this marks a new level of customer service and engagement. Imagine this. A potential buyer visits an online store late at night. Normally, they'd have to wait until morning for a response from a support agent. But with an AI chatbot, help is instant. A friendly window pops up. "Hello, how can I help you today?" Trained on a database of frequently asked questions, the bot can immediately provide information about a product, check stock availability, process an order, or even schedule a test drive, all automatically at any time of day. The customer is satisfied because their issue is resolved instantly. The brand strengthens its relationship with the audience, and the support team saves valuable time and resources. One of the pioneers in this space is Sephora, the global cosmetics retailer. Its chatbot, integrated into messaging platforms, can recommend a foundation that matches your skin type or offer makeup tips, just like a personal beauty consultant. The results have been impressive. Sephora's introduction of AI chatbots has boosted customer satisfaction and significantly reduced response times. Simple queries are handled instantly by the bot, while more complex ones are passed to human agents who can now focus on truly important cases. Starbucks has also embraced AI assistance through its My Starbucks Barista chatbot. Available via both the mobile app and voice interface, it can take your order, remember your favorite items, and even crack a lighthearted joke, creating the feeling of genuine conversation with the brand. The latest generation of chatbots, powered by advanced language models such as GPT-4, has raised the bar even higher. These systems understand context, remember the conversation history, and can adapt their tone to match the brand's personality. In fact, a well-trained chatbot is now almost indistinguishable from a human on the other end of the chat. For marketing, this opens the door to personalized interaction at massive scale. Every customer can receive attentive, one-to-one service, whether through a website, Telegram, or WhatsApp. Of course, the key is not to turn the bot into a robotic autoresponder. The best brands program their virtual assistants to recognize their limits, escalating complex or unusual issues to human agents when necessary. Yet, for basic tasks, checking order status, suggesting products, or guiding users through a website, automation works flawlessly. Today, chatbots have become an integral part of the marketing ecosystem. They generate leads by collecting contacts from interested visitors, increase conversions by offering help before a user leaves without buying, and build loyalty by resolving issues instantly. Most importantly, they learn from every interaction, becoming smarter over time. For a brand, a chatbot serves as both a communication channel and a valuable source of insight into customer needs and pain points. In this way, AI helps companies truly listen to the voice of the consumer and respond in real time. A digital consultant never sleeps, never gets irritated, and can converse with thousands of people simultaneously. For any marketer, that sounds like the ultimate dream. Voice assistants. When marketing speaks. If chatbots write to customers, voice assistants speak to them. Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant have become familiar interfaces for millions of people. A natural way to search for information, make purchases, and interact with brands through conversational speech. In the era of voice assistants, marketing quite literally gains a new voice. What matters now is what the assistant says about your brand and how it says it. Imagine a typical morning. Someone is getting ready for work and says to their smart speaker, "Alexa, order my usual coffee and croissant from Starbucks." The voice assistant, connected to the Starbucks app, places the order at the nearest location and notifies the user when it's ready, all without a single tap on the phone. Scenarios like this are no longer futuristic. They're part of everyday life. Amazon, in fact, is aiming to close the entire shopping loop within voice. With Alexa, users can add products to their cart, check for discounts, and track deliveries. It is no coincidence that Amazon calls Alexa the voice gateway to retail, a sales channel with no competing brands on the shelf, only its own ecosystem. For marketers, this introduces a new challenge: voice optimization. When a user asks, "Okay, Google, what's the best toothpaste for sensitive teeth?" the assistant doesn't display a list of 10 links as a search engine would. It reads out just one or two answers. Often these come directly from curated recommendations, or in some cases, from sponsored products. The goal, then, is to ensure that it's your brand that the assistant voices. This new frontier is known as voice SEO, a shift from text-based keywords to conversational natural language queries. Marketers are already experimenting with branded voice skills. For example, Domino's Pizza launched a custom Alexa skill that allows users to order simply by saying, "Alexa, order me a pizza from Domino's." Major FMCG brands are developing voice-enabled recipes, home care tips, and other helpful content to seamlessly integrate themselves into consumers' daily routines through smart speakers. Automakers are also embedding assistants directly into vehicles. So when a driver casually mentions being hungry, the system might recommend a partner cafe nearby. Voice is an inherently personal channel. Interacting with an assistant feels almost like talking to a real helper. That's why trust is paramount. When a voice assistant makes a recommendation, people tend to believe it. If my Google Assistant says so, it must be true. For brands, earning a place among those recommendations carries great responsibility: the need to inform and assist without compromising authenticity. While many users are still cautious about making purchases via voice, without seeing the product, this habit is quickly spreading. Surveys show that a growing share of millennials now make voice-based purchases regularly, ordering food, restocking essentials, or booking services through assistants. In the near future, voice assistants are likely to become an even more dominant intermediary between brands and consumers. As conversational AI evolves, these systems will be able to engage in more complex dialogues, discussing product features, comparing options, and even providing personalized advice based on user preferences. Marketers may soon need to optimize not just their websites for search engines, but their dialogue scripts as well, ensuring that digital assistants know exactly what to say about their brand. Voice is the most natural form of communication humans have, and marketing that truly speaks the customer ESES language on the devices they trust most is destined to become one of the most powerful tools of the decade. AI in content creation. From copywriting to campaigns marketing content, texts, slogans, articles, social posts, has traditionally been the domain of creative professionals. But now, artificial intelligence has confidently entered this space as well. Modern generative AI models, such as GPT-4, can write coherent, meaningful text, create advertising slogans, and even plan entire content strategies. AI copywriting saves time and often produces surprisingly impressive results. Marketers are already using these tools everywhere. According to surveys, 93% of professionals report that AI helps them create content faster. Routine tasks, drafting an article, brainstorming multiple ad headlines, or generating a product description, can now be delegated to machines. 83% of marketers say AI frees up time they can devote to more strategic or creative aspects of their work. Instead of spending hours on a basic draft, they receive a first version in seconds and then refine it to fit their brand tone and goals. Generative AI has also expanded the boundaries of creativity. It can instantly generate dozens of slogan variations and help test which resonates best with audiences. It can also personalize text for different customer segments. The AI itself will adjust the tone and emphasis for young mothers, sports enthusiasts, or gamers. Major corporations are already integrating models like GPT into their editorial workflows. For example, a large international bank uses AI to compose individualized client letters. Algorithms tailor arguments to match each customer's profile based on vast datasets of previous communications. Some cases are outright revolutionary. Coca-Cola, in collaboration with OpenAI, created the Create Real Magic platform, where GPT-4 and DALL-E were used to produce creative assets in mere days, work that previously took weeks. Coca-Cola CEO James Quincey noted that the company aims to cut the time required for marketing content production from weeks to days, or even hours, while making it more personalized. This isn't just time savings. It's a new level of agility. The brand can now respond instantly to news trends, audience feedback, and viral topics, delivering fresh, relevant content while the subject is still hot. Another critical application is content scaling. A study by Deloitte Digital revealed that in 2023, the demand for marketing content increased by 1.5x, but creative teams could only meet about 55% of that demand. The rest represented unrealized potential. Generative AI technologies can help close this gap. Users report saving an average of 11.4 hours per week that were previously spent on repetitive content creation. Those saved hours can now be redirected toward higher-value work, creativity, analytics, and strategy. Of course, it's too early to rely entirely on machines for creativity. Human oversight remains essential. AI can make factual errors, adopt an inappropriate tone, or produce bland, uninspired writing. Best practices emphasize that AI should be viewed as an accelerator and collaborator, not a replacement. The final polish, emotional nuance, and creative spark still come from people. In fact, the trend is moving toward co-creation. Human plus AI teamwork that produces results neither could achieve alone. For instance, a copywriter can feed a neural network dozens of parameters and receive unexpected, inspiring ideas to build upon. As a result, content marketing has become faster, more scalable, and more diverse. From press releases to video scripts, AI can provide an initial draft for almost any format. Some media outlets already publish algorithm-written news articles, especially where standardized reporting is required. For example, financial updates. Brands now generate hundreds of product descriptions for different platforms without hiring an army of writers. And while a marketing text devoid of human emotion risks becoming bland, skillful use of AI allows creative teams to free up intellectual bandwidth, focusing it where it matters most, developing ideas, crafting brand stories, and building emotional connections with their audiences. Visual marketing and generative creativity. Example: Coca-Cola launched the Create Real Magic platform, where anyone could use artificial intelligence to design a poster featuring the brand's iconic imagery. The combination of GPT-4 and DALL-E generated both the text and visuals. This was one of the first projects to demonstrate the full creative potential of generative AI for visual marketing. Advertising and branding have always relied on powerful visual imagery. Now, neural networks are helping to create those images. Generative AI has learned to produce visuals from textual descriptions, stylize photos, and even invent product designs, essentially taking on the functions of a designer and artist under human direction. For marketing, this has opened up extraordinary opportunities. Generative creativity allows brands to develop visual content faster, more affordably, and with far greater experimentation, while also engaging audiences in the creative process. One of the most famous examples is Heinz's AI ketchup campaign, titled, "This is what AI thinks ketchup looks like." The brand posed a simple question. If we ask a neural network to draw ketchup, what will it create? Using DALL-E 2, Heinz generated dozens of playful, imaginative images, ketchup as a planet, ketchup lounging on a beach, and more. In all of them, the unmistakable silhouette of the classic Heinz bottle appeared. The company shared these creations on social media, launching an interactive challenge for users. The result was a viral sensation. The AI Ketchup campaign amassed over 800 million views worldwide. Heinz received a surge of media coverage and online mentions, strengthening its image as the iconic ketchup brand, one so recognizable that even AI knows what it looks like. The genius of the campaign lay in its simplicity, a straightforward idea executed with creative and technological brilliance. Coca-Cola has also been experimenting extensively with generative AI for visual content. In 2023, the company launched Create Real Magic, inviting fans around the world to create digital artwork featuring Coca-Cola US signature symbols using tools powered by GPT-4 and DALL-E. Participants could combine the legendary bottle, logo, Santa Claus, or polar bear with any imaginative background and generate unique posters. Thousands of people enthusiastically took part, sharing their creations online. The brand not only gathered an enormous amount of user-generated content but also achieved a powerful emotional response, particularly among young digital artists. This co-creation strengthened Coca-Cola's emotional bond with consumers, turning them from passive viewers into creative partners. Generative AI is also transforming product design itself. Beyond advertising, Coca-Cola used AI to create a new limited edition beverage flavor. By analyzing vast amounts of consumer data, preferences, reviews, and social trends, the algorithm proposed an unexpected blend that became the foundation for the new recipe. Nike is experimenting with neural networks to design sneakers. By setting style parameters, the system generates hundreds of unique colorways and patterns, some of which eventually make their way into real collections. BMW launched a project that used generative graphics to transform car bodies into art installations, stylized in the manner of famous painters, highlighting the brand's fusion of technology and artistry. It is worth noting that consumers have responded positively to such experiments, especially younger generations. According to Statista, 16% of Americans aged 18-34 find AI-generated images very appealing when they appear in branded social media content, while another 12% find them attractive when used by influencers. By comparison, older audiences tend to be more skeptical about AI visuals, but even they are gradually adapting, as long as the imagery is creative and appropriate. Generative creativity makes visual marketing more agile. Brands can now produce dozens of banner or poster variations within hours and conduct A/B tests with focus groups or online audiences. What used to take days of manual design can now be prototyped in minutes by a neural network. This doesn't diminish the role of the designer, quite the opposite. Designers now act as curators of generative ideas, selecting the best ones, refining them, and adding the irreplaceable touch of human taste and artistry. The visual revolution powered by AI is only just beginning. New services are emerging that can generate entire videos, 3D objects, or augmented reality scenes, all from simple text prompts. Soon, a marketer wanting to produce a new commercial may only need to describe the scene in words, and AI will direct and animate it. But that is a topic for the next chapter. For now, one thing is clear. In the realm of visual content, artificial intelligence has vastly expanded the boundaries of creativity. Brands that successfully combine technology with imagination are creating truly unforgettable campaigns that the whole world is talking about. Video and multimedia. AI-generated commercials. Following the rapid evolution of AI-generated images, the ability of artificial intelligence to create video and multimedia content is advancing at breakneck speed. Producing a full-fledged video clip is far more complex than generating a static image, but progress in this area has been astonishing. Today, there are neural networks capable of synthesizing short video clips from a simple text prompt, complete with moving characters, scene transitions, and sound overlays. Although the quality still leaves room for improvement, the first wave of AI-driven marketing videos has already arrived. Some brands are boldly experimenting with this new frontier. In 2023, Volvo Middle East released an advertisement entirely created by artificial intelligence, from the script to the visual effects. This promotional video for the Saudi Arabian market was remarkable because human participation in its production was minimal. The plot was generated by an algorithm based on audience preferences. The scenes were assembled by a neural network, and even the voiceover was synthetic. The result was a futuristic, sleek commercial that captured public and media attention as one of the first fully AI-produced ads. Traditional filmmakers may criticize it for lacking soul, but as a technological milestone, it was undeniably significant. Other examples include AI-generated animation. The sports drink brand Body Armor, a Coca-Cola subsidiary, created a commercial in which the late basketball legend Kobe Bryant appeared as an animated character generated by neural networks using archival footage. Meanwhile, the cosmetics brand Dove launched its campaign The Dove Code, drawing attention to how AI influences beauty standards. The video juxtaposed AI-generated, idealized women with images of real people, making artificial intelligence itself the subject of discussion rather than merely a production tool. Technology platforms are also integrating AI video capabilities into their advertising ecosystems. Google is testing a tool that automatically assembles video ads from existing brand assets, images, text, and logos, combining them into animated spots optimized for different screens and audiences. In this system, marketers no longer need to commission traditional video editing. They simply upload assets and AI generates a tailored video for YouTube campaigns. Meta, Facebook, has announced similar features, AI tools that generate short videos for stories and reels, lowering the barrier to entry for small businesses engaging in content marketing. Of course, AI video quality remains limited. Achieving cinematic clarity and lifelike motion is still a challenge. Generated characters may appear slightly uncanny and backgrounds can melt or distort. But we should recall how primitive early AI-generated images were just a few years ago. Blurry faces, 6 fingers, and surreal proportions, and compare that to today's near photorealistic visuals. Video will follow the same trajectory, evolving from amusing experiments into professional-grade commercial material. For marketing, this shift carries enormous potential. Producing video content has traditionally been one of the most resource-intensive processes, requiring teams of scriptwriters, directors, editors, and actors. If a significant portion of this workflow can be automated, brands will be able to produce more video communication, update creative assets more frequently, and test bolder ideas with less financial risk. Analysts already predict that in the next few years, a majority of simple video formats, product demonstrations, tutorials, and short promotional clips will be generated by algorithms, while humans will focus on large-scale campaigns and innovative storytelling. At the same time, human oversight remains essential. Neural networks can hallucinate, invent unrealistic details, or make factual errors. There are also ethical questions. Is it appropriate to use the likeness of a deceased athlete, even in a respectful context, as in the AI Kobe Bryant example? How will audiences react when they learn that a commercial they enjoyed was entirely synthetic? These are new boundaries that society and the industry will have to define. Still, the direction is unmistakable. Video content is becoming another creative domain for AI. Marketing is gradually acquiring the tools of a film director, alongside the pen of a copywriter and the brush of a designer. In the near future, creating an advertisement may resemble conducting an orchestra. The marketer defines the theme, tone, and objectives, and AI composes the music, generating text, imagery, and video, while humans provide the final artistic touch. This will revolutionize the speed and scale of media campaigns. For now, we are witnessing the early successes and learning how to seamlessly integrate AI-generated video into omnichannel brand strategies. Social media, algorithms as the new editors. In the world of social media, the role of artificial intelligence is particularly visible, though often hidden beneath the familiar interfaces of our favorite apps. Just a decade ago, users curated their own feeds. They followed interesting people and brands and saw posts in chronological order. Today, however, almost every post, story, and advertisement you see is shown to you as the result of an algorithmic decision. Algorithms have become the new editors, determining what goes viral and what remains unseen. For marketers, this means one crucial thing. To reach an audience, it's no longer enough to create great content. You also have to please the algorithm. Take Instagram as an example. The formula for a successful post there is a mystery guarded behind many layers. The algorithm weighs hundreds of signals: your engagement history, interactions with followers, image analysis, and even the words used in captions. AI determines what percentage of your audience will initially see a new post. If early engagement, likes, comments, and viewing time is strong, the system expands the reach. If not, it quietly limits visibility. This is why modern social media managers think not only about what to say, but how to make it algorithmically appealing. The industry now uses the term algorithmic thinking, the skill of predicting what kind of content a platform SAI will consider high quality. TikTok has elevated this concept to perfection. Its all-powerful recommendation algorithm can understand within hours what kinds of videos make a user linger and will then continuously deliver similar clips. The result is phenomenal engagement. The average TikTok user spends over an hour a day scrolling through videos precisely tailored to their preferences. For brands, TikTok has become a stage where viral fame can be achieved overnight, if you ride the right algorithmic wave. Marketers study platform trends, participate in challenges, use popular audio tracks, and join memes, all to ensure their content is picked up and amplified by TikTok's machine. Meanwhile, on major platforms like Facebook and YouTube, AI algorithms also reign supreme. YouTube decides which videos to recommend next, explaining why you may suddenly discover a new product or brand the system thinks you'll like. Facebook curates the posts of friends, groups, and pages, prioritizing those most likely to provoke an emotional response, be it joy, surprise, or outrage, because strong emotions keep users engaged longer. For brands, this duality is both a challenge and an opportunity. If your content is genuinely engaging, algorithms can spread it widely at no cost through organic reach. But dull or overly promotional posts may be shown to almost no one, not even your followers. As a result, marketers must adapt their tone, timing, and interactivity to align with platform behavior. Influencers are another essential part of this AI-driven ecosystem. Creators must constantly adjust their tactics in response to algorithm changes. For instance, shifting from static photos to reels when Instagram favors video. For brands, influencer marketing has also become a game of algorithmic alignment. It is not enough to choose a popular creator, you must ensure their content is actively recommended by the platform. Beyond that, we now see the rise of virtual influencers, entirely artificial personas, whose images, voices, and posts are generated by AI, yet who attract real audiences numbering in the millions. One famous example is Lil Miquela, a virtual model who collaborates with major fashion brands and engages with followers despite not existing in real life. This represents a new level of synergy between marketing and technology. A brand can literally create its ideal ambassador and promote products through it. Modern marketing teams now include algorithm analysts, specialists dedicated to decoding the mechanics of content distribution. They test how long a video should be to maintain engagement, how many hashtags are optimal, whether showing a face in the first seconds boosts reach, and what kind of comment structures lift visibility. All these experiments are ways of learning to speak the language of AI systems. After all, every social algorithm is a kind of black box, trained to maximize attention and screen time. To be noticed, a brand must learn how to collaborate with that black box rather than fight it. However, dependence on algorithms brings its own risks. A sudden algorithm change can devastate reach overnight, as happened when Facebook and Instagram restricted organic exposure for branded posts to push paid advertising. Companies that had spent years building audiences saw engagement drop to as little as 1 to 2%. They were forced to adapt, investing more in promotion. This pay-to-play model serves as a stark reminder. The rules of the game are dictated by the platform owners and their AI. Ultimately, AI-driven social media is the new normal. Marketing within it is not only about creativity, but also about the engineering of algorithmic interaction. Brands that master this balance gain extraordinary leverage. Content favored by algorithms can reach millions without a single dollar in ad spend. Yet creating such content is an art form in itself, one that demands data, experimentation, and an understanding of human psychology. Perhaps the future of social media marketing will belong to algorithmic marketers, YT specialists at the intersection of analytics and creativity, those who can skillfully navigate the constant competition for attention in the world, endless digital feed. Predictive analytics and demand forecasting marketing has always sought to peer into the future, to understand what consumers will want, where demand will arise, and how a particular campaign will perform. With the advent of artificial intelligence, that ambition has moved closer to reality through the rise of predictive analytics. Machine learning can uncover subtle, complex patterns in data and generate highly accurate forecasts where no human could possibly account for all the variables. Predictive marketing transforms big data into concrete predictions and actionable recommendations, allowing brands to stay several steps ahead of the market. For example, retailers can now forecast product demand in specific categories and regions weeks or even months in advance, factoring in seasonality, social media trends, weather conditions, and countless other influences. Algorithms analyze sales histories, search queries, and online mentions to generate actionable insights. They might predict, for instance, that in the next quarter there will be a surge of interest in retro sneakers among younger audiences. A brand equipped with this foresight can stock the right models, tailor its advertising to the trend, and meet the wave of demand fully prepared. Amazon practically built its business on predictive algorithms. It can anticipate your next purchase so accurately that it can pre-ship the product to your city before you even click Buy. The company has patented the concept of anticipatory shipping, in which a package is dispatched toward the customer before the order is placed. This is data-driven foresight in its purest form. Predictive models are also transforming customer retention and communications. Marketers can identify behavioral signals that suggest a user is about to churn. If an algorithm detects that a subscriber is logging in less frequently or ignoring emails, the system can automatically send a personalized offer, bonus, or reminder to re-engage them. This kind of proactive care dramatically reduces churn. It's always easier and cheaper to retain a customer than to win them back later. For example, Netflix tracks viewing habits and detects when a user's engagement is fading. If the model predicts disinterest, the platform might recommend a new show or send an alert about a freshly released episode, keeping the user connected and increasing overall lifetime value, LTV. In advertising, predictive algorithms enable lookalike modeling, a method of finding new customers who resemble existing ones. AI analyzes a brand's current audience and identifies key traits shared by its most valuable buyers. It then scans massive data sets to locate people with similar profiles, predicting who is most likely to convert. In the past, marketers performed this analysis manually. Today, AI systems do it continuously, learning and improving from every campaign's results. Through predictive analytics, marketing decisions become more evidence-based and forward-looking. McKinsey reports that companies actively using AI in marketing and sales achieve return on investment rates significantly higher than their peers. Instead of relying on intuition or purely historical data, these businesses use models that predict the future. For instance, a telecommunications company implemented machine learning to manage personalized offers. Its model forecasted which customers were at risk of leaving and suggested tailored tariffs or discounts to retain them. The result: double-digit reductions in churn and a marked increase in campaign response rates. Another crucial application is pricing optimization. Algorithms can evaluate thousands of variables, from competitor actions and inventory levels to demand elasticity, and recommend optimal prices for each product at any given moment to maximize profit or market share. Online platforms already employ dynamic pricing, as seen in the fluctuating costs of airline tickets or hotel rooms based on demand. With AI, this practice becomes more nuanced and individualized. In the near future, two customers could be offered different prices for the same product if the algorithm determines that their perceived value differs. This raises ethical concerns, but technically, it is already achievable. Predictive insights can even influence the creative side of marketing. By analyzing large-scale data patterns, AI can identify which topics or visual themes are likely to resonate with audiences. If models detect a surge in discussions about sustainability, for instance, they might recommend that a brand highlight eco-friendly values in its next campaign, getting ahead of the trend before it becomes mainstream. Overall, predictive analytics makes marketing proactive rather than reactive. Instead of responding to what has already happened, falling sales, customer attrition, brands can anticipate problems and seize emerging opportunities. Of course, no forecast is ever 100% accurate, but even a 70–80% confidence rate, acted upon swiftly, gives a substantial competitive edge. As one data science executive aptly put it, "The best way to predict the future is to train a model to do it for you." Today, marketers are partnering closely with data scientists to build such models. AI has become a kind of market meteorologist, forecasting storms of declining demand or clear skies of opportunity ahead. And the companies that have learned to interpret and act on these predictions move confidently through the ever-changing weather of the modern marketplace. Case studies: market leaders and artificial intelligence. To truly grasp the scale of transformation, let's look at how the world's biggest brands are already using AI in marketing. These real-world case studies vividly illustrate the trends we've discussed so far. Amazon stands as perhaps the ultimate benchmark of AI-powered marketing. For this retail giant, artificial intelligence permeates every stage of the customer journey. Its greatest pride is its legendary recommendation system, which analyzes billions of parameters. searches, views, purchases, and cart activity to generate hyper-personalized suggestions for each user. The impact is staggering. 35% of all Amazon purchases come directly from these recommendations. In other words, every third dollar Amazon earns is thanks to its ability to anticipate what a customer wants, often before the customer realizes it themselves. Beyond recommendations, Amazon relies on predictive models to optimize inventory and logistics, ensuring faster delivery than competitors. This, too, is a part of its marketing promise. Get it, tomorrow, is more than convenience. It's persuasion. The company has also equipped third-party sellers with AI tools, such as visual product search. You can take a photo of an item, and the app will instantly find similar products for sale. Together, these systems reinforce Amazon's brand image as the world's most convenient, intelligent shopping destination, where smart algorithms seem to anticipate your every need. Netflix is another AI pioneer. Its entire marketing strategy revolves around personalized content discovery. As noted earlier, more than 80% of what users watch is found through AI-powered recommendations. The less time viewers spend searching, the more time they spend watching, boosting satisfaction and subscription retention. But Netflix goes even further. Its algorithms not only recommend content but also influence production decisions. By analyzing massive datasets of viewer behavior, Netflix predicts which genres, themes, or actors will resonate and invests accordingly. The global hit House of Cards was famously greenlit after AI models detected an unmet appetite for a political drama starring Kevin Spacey. Even Netflix's marketing emails are algorithmically personalized. Each recipient sees unique imagery, descriptions, and headlines tailored precisely to their tastes. The outcome? A remarkably loyal subscriber base and a brand synonymous with always knowing what you want to watch. Nike, the leader in sportswear, has also supercharged its marketing through AI. The company collects data from wearable devices, trackers, watches, and its Nike Plus app to segment users by activity level and training goals. AI then crafts hyper-targeted campaigns. Marathon runners receive prompts to replace shoes after a certain mileage. Basketball fans get highlights from the week's best dunks along with Jordan product drops. But Nike's most innovative use of AI lies in sentiment analysis. Algorithms scan thousands of social posts and reviews, identifying emotions, joy, pride, frustration associated with products or campaigns. This emotional insight revealed which stories truly inspire customers. Nike then shifted its advertising focus toward real, human narratives of perseverance, amplifying emotional resonance. The result: measurable growth in engagement, more positive brand mentions, higher net promoter scores, NPS, and stronger community activism online. Just Do It found a second wind, powered by emotional intelligence, guided by data. Coca-Cola, though far from a tech company, strives to lead in marketing innovation. Beyond its Create Real Magic generative AI project, Coca-Cola leverages big data to understand consumer behavior, when, where, and under what circumstances people most often drink their beverages. This enables precision media placement. Ads appear at moments of peak refreshment desire, such as hot afternoons or post-work hours in youth-dense areas. The company has also tested AI-driven social media campaigns, where neural networks generated hundreds of short video variations featuring the iconic Coke bottle in diverse cultural settings, then automatically selected the most viral-performing versions for promotion. Even product development has benefited. AI analysis of health trends and flavor preferences helped shape successful launches like Coca-Cola Zero and new flavored editions. Coca-Cola's ultimate ambition is to predict the taste of the future and deliver it before consumers even ask. Starbucks, the brand behind one of the world's most advanced CRM systems, enhanced it further through its AI initiative Deep Brew. The Starbucks mobile app doesn't just log purchases, it learns from them. If you order a cappuccino every morning and something sweet on Fridays, the system notices. Come Friday morning, it offers you a personalized dessert deal. On a chilly day, it reminds you about your favorite spiced latte. These subtle touches have increased repeat purchases and average order value. Starbucks even introduced a voice ordering assistant that understands complex requests like "my usual order," creating a seamless, human-like experience. The payoff: happier customers, higher upsell rates, add a sandwich to your coffee, and millions saved on irrelevant promotions. Meta, Facebook, though itself a tech platform, deserves mention as a case study in AI marketing. To promote its Oculus VR headsets, Meta deployed AI to generate hundreds of ad variations with different visuals and headlines, then launched them simultaneously. The system dynamically reallocated budget to the best-performing versions in real time, significantly boosting conversions compared to traditional methods. Each of these examples underscores a single truth. AI has become an integral, universal marketing tool. Regardless of industry, tech, retail, consumer goods, or entertainment, leaders are finding ways to integrate intelligent algorithms and extract tangible returns. The common outcomes are clear: deeper customer understanding, sharper targeting, automation, speed, and creativity elevated to new heights. Of course, not every AI project succeeds immediately. Models require retraining, and ethical challenges occasionally arise, such as those posed by virtual influencers. But what's vital is that the world's largest brands are learning through practice, sharing their results, and collectively advancing the entire marketing discipline. In the coming years, the innovator's playbook will become the industry standard. As Amazon and Netflix have proven, personalization can redefine performance metrics, and now consumers expect the same intelligence from every brand. The new competitive arena isn't who shouts the loudest, but whose AI is the smartest and the most human at the same time. In this race, there may never be a finish line, only constant evolution. Marketing automation, efficiency, and ROI. One of the main reasons companies are investing in AI marketing at scale is its measurable impact on efficiency and return on investment, ROI. By automating processes, artificial intelligence allows organizations to do more with less. In a world where marketing budgets are always limited, that advantage is invaluable. Let ES look at the data and real-world evidence showing how AI is making marketing not only smarter but also more profitable. First, the acceleration of content and campaign production directly saves money. In the past, preparing an email campaign could take a week of team effort. Now, AI can generate templates in an hour, leaving staff to simply refine the details. 75% of marketers in the United States report that AI has already reduced operational costs by automating repetitive tasks, cutting reliance on external contractors, and optimizing ad spending. The combination of lower costs and higher revenue from improved targeting results in a significant boost to ROI. According to Statista, 81% of digital marketers say that implementing AI has increased brand awareness and directly driven sales. In other words, most companies are already seeing AI's positive impact on their bottom line, the most critical metric in business. ROI improvement doesn't come solely from revenue growth, it also stems from better measurement and real-time optimization. AI systems can immediately detect underperforming campaigns and reallocate budgets automatically. In the past, a campaign might leak money for weeks before someone noticed. Now, AI identifies the problem within hours. The result: less waste, higher returns. Consulting firms report that companies using AI extensively across marketing and sales achieve 20 to 30% higher marketing ROI than competitors, though the exact figure depends on how mature their AI adoption is. Early data from generative AI is also encouraging. A recent Deloitte study found that early adopters are already seeing a 12% return on their generative AI investments. That means even experimental deployments, such as AI-driven content creation, are generating tangible profits. And the upside is massive. McKinsey estimates generative AI could unlock between $2.6 and $4.4 trillion in value across industries, with marketing positioned as one of the biggest beneficiaries. In other words, the share of marketing value created by AI will keep growing, and the first movers will capture the largest rewards. However, even as marketers recognize the efficiency gains, they face growing pains. 43% admit they still don't know how to fully leverage AI's potential, citing a lack of experience, best practices, and training. Another 39% express uncertainty about safely using generative tools, fearing errors or ethical pitfalls. These are typical challenges of early adoption. As teams gain experience and industry standards emerge, results will only improve. It's also worth noting that not every AI investment pays off immediately. Recent data suggests only about 1% of companies that have invested in generative AI have already achieved full ROI. Most are still in the payback phase, but that is hardly surprising. These technologies have only been widely implemented in the past 2 or 3 years. ROI will rise as systems mature and workflows stabilize. That pioneering 1% provides a roadmap for others to follow. Analysts predict a widening gap between leaders and laggards. The first will compound their gains, while the latter will struggle due to poor integration. Nearly 90% of Fortune 1000 companies are already increasing AI investments, betting on its long-term economic payoff. In marketing, this signals a new paradigm, a future where efficiency with AI becomes the default standard. Another major component of ROI is time savings, and time is money. Consider marketing analytics and reporting. What once required days of manual data compilation is now handled by AI dashboards that update in real time, allowing managers to make instant adjustments. For years, marketers dreamed of having a single view of the customer, integrating CRM, social media, and sales data into one system. AI has finally made that possible, even matching profiles across different databases automatically. Decision cycles have shortened. Campaign iterations are faster, and companies can react to market changes with unprecedented agility, all while wasting fewer resources. Finally, AI contributes to long-term brand value, not just short-term sales. Metrics such as customer satisfaction, loyalty, and lifetime value, LTV, all benefit from smarter automation. In fact, 41% of companies say the greatest advantage of responsible AI use is improved customer experience. A satisfied customer buys more and stays longer, increasing ROI over the long run. By investing in AI initiatives that enhance convenience and personalization, such as chatbots, recommendation systems, and machine learning-based loyalty programs, businesses are effectively building a more durable base of returning customers, paying dividends for years to come. In conclusion, AI-driven automation and optimization make marketing faster, more accurate, and more cost-effective. Yes, it requires upfront investments in technology, in training, and in new processes, but the long-term trend is undeniable. The evidence is overwhelming. Across nearly every key metric, from conversion rates to customer acquisition costs, AI delivers measurable improvements. And perhaps soon, we'll stop distinguishing AI marketing as a separate category altogether, because all marketing will be intelligent and automated by default. This shift is already underway. Whether it's a small e-commerce store or a global brand, virtually every marketing toolkit today includes at least a few AI-powered systems designed to boost performance. In the end, success will belong to those who not only spend less, but who can earn more from every marketing dollar invested. And as we've seen, that is far easier to achieve when artificial intelligence is part of the team. Ethical challenges and responsibility. The rapid adoption of artificial intelligence in marketing raises a crucial question: how ethical and responsible are brands in their use of these technologies? When algorithms collect and analyze personal data and neural networks generate content whose authorship is sometimes unclear, new challenges arise in the realms of trust, privacy, and transparency toward consumers. Let us explore the key ethical aspects of AI marketing and how the industry is learning to address them. 1. Data privacy personalization. The foundation of modern marketing is only possible thanks to the massive collection of consumer data. But where is the line between relevance and intrusion? More and more users are asking, how does this brand know so much about me? In fact, 56% of Americans report feeling uncomfortable when their online behavior is tracked for targeted advertising. Europe's strict GDPR laws require explicit consent for data processing and give individuals the right to know what data is collected. AI-powered marketing systems must comply or risk serious reputational and legal consequences. Responsible companies now follow privacy by design principles, building AI models to minimize unnecessary data use, anonymize what they collect, and secure it rigorously. Transparency is becoming a competitive advantage. Apple, for instance, made privacy a key feature, allowing users to block cross-app tracking. This move forced the entire industry to rethink its approach, shifting focus from obsessive data gathering to aggregated, anonymized insights that still deliver value without invading privacy. 2. Bias and discrimination. Algorithms learn from historical data, and history often contains bias. If a model decides who should see a credit card ad, and the training data reflected past discrimination, for example, one group received fewer approvals, the AI may unintentionally reinforce those inequalities. In marketing, bias can appear in subtle ways. One cosmetics brand trained its AI to recommend products based on user images, only to find that recommendations were less accurate for people with darker skin tones, simply because the dataset lacked diversity. To counter this, companies now audit models for bias and make regular adjustments. Nearly 50% of business leaders working with AI express concern over ethics and data privacy, while 43% admit to worrying that AI-generated content can contain factual errors or distortions. Indeed, there have already been incidents where a brand published an AI-generated post containing inaccuracies, and audiences noticed immediately. The result? Reputational damage. That's why human oversight and fact-checking remain essential for all critical AI-driven communications. 3. Transparency for the consumer. Should customers be told when they're talking to a bot instead of a human representative? Should AI-generated content be labeled as such? There's no universal legislation yet, but many brands are taking the initiative. When chatbots use fictional names, they often add clarifying labels like virtual assistant. In the case of deepfakes or virtual influencers, responsible companies disclose the synthetic nature of these figures. One well-known case involved a fashion brand that used an AI-generated model instead of human ones. After facing criticism, the company explained that it was an experiment in diversity and inclusion. Ironically, AI models allowed them to portray more varied body types and ethnicities. The key is not to mislead audiences. Honesty is a core value of sustainable marketing. If it's discovered that a brand concealed its use of AI, customers may feel deceived and lose trust. 4. Brand and content safety. Generative AI can be a double-edged sword. It empowers creativity, but also creates risks. Malicious actors have begun producing fake ads or press releases in the name of major brands. There have already been cases where a fabricated video, featuring a cloned voice of a company's CEO, affected stock prices. Marketers must now monitor not only genuine mentions but also fake ones, responding swiftly to misinformation. On the flip side, brands themselves must use generative tools carefully. About 30% of marketers in Europe and the US fear that AI increases risks of misinformation and brand safety issues. Imagine an AI system accidentally generating an image resembling another company's trademark or text that touches on a sensitive topic. The result could be a PR disaster. Legal experts advise keeping logs of AI activity to prove the absence of intent and restricting models from generating prohibited content. Many companies are also forming AI ethics committees and establishing internal guidelines that define what content can be safely generated and what requires additional human review. 5. Social responsibility. Automation increases efficiency, but what about jobs? Will creative professionals be replaced once AI can perform much of their work? So far, the trend leans toward transformation rather than termination. About 69% of marketing professionals view AI positively, seeing it as a way to escape routine tasks and focus on creativity and strategy. Still, companies must take long-term responsibility for retraining employees to stay relevant in an AI-driven landscape. After all, successful AI marketing depends on people who see artificial intelligence not as a competitor, but as a collaborator. 6. Accountability. Accountability is the cornerstone of responsible AI. If an algorithm makes a mistake, say sending emails with incorrect personal data or unintentionally discriminating in targeting, the brand must take responsibility, apologize, and correct the issue. Hiding behind "the computer did it" won't work. Companies also need to be ready to explain why and how an AI system made a certain decision, especially when it affects consumer rights, for example, denying a personalized discount. This is difficult since many AI models are black boxes. But new approaches like explainable AI, XAI, are helping marketers interpret at least the general logic behind automated decisions. 7. Toward a framework of responsible AI. In response to these challenges, major industry players are joining forces to establish ethical standards. We're seeing the rise of AI ethics codes, collaborative research to reduce bias, and stricter regulations from governments. Discussions are underway on labeling AI-generated content, limiting micro-targeted political advertising, and imposing fines for data breaches. We are moving toward a world where the ethical use of AI in marketing becomes as important a competitive factor as price or product quality. Brands that earn consumer trust through responsible data practices and transparent content will hold a significant advantage. Conclusion. In the end, adopting AI means remembering the human element, respect, fairness, and transparency. Technology is only a tool. Responsibility lies with the people and companies who wield it. As PwC notes, 41% of organizations already cite improved customer experience as the greatest benefit of AI, but that is true only when trust underpins that experience. AI can amplify trust if it helps brands understand and serve people better, but it can just as easily destroy it if used carelessly or deceptively. The winners of the new marketing era will be those who pair innovation with integrity, embracing responsible AI not as a policy, but as a core part of their culture. In that balance between progress and principles lies the true promise of the intelligent marketing age. The new role of marketers and creative agencies. As artificial intelligence takes on more and more tasks, a natural question arises. What will happen to the marketing profession in the future of creative agencies? Will humans become mere appendages to machines? Or worse, will algorithms replace them completely? The reality is more nuanced. The role of the marketer is evolving, not disappearing. In fact, creative skills and strategic thinking are becoming more valuable than ever. They are simply manifesting in new forms, in close partnership with AI tools. To begin with, the marketer of the future will need to be part data scientist and part technologist. Already, 54% of marketing professionals believe that learning to use generative AI is essential for success in their roles. Yet 70% admit that their employers are not providing sufficient training in this area. This gap needs to be closed urgently. Companies must invest in upskilling their marketing teams. New competencies include the ability to craft precise prompts for AI systems, prompt engineering, a basic understanding of machine learning principles, the capacity to interpret analytical insights generated by AI, and, crucially, creativity in applying these technologies. AI frees up time, allowing marketers to focus more on strategy, creative concepts, and building meaningful customer relationships. It is becoming clear that a marketer empowered by AI is far more effective than one without it. As one expert aptly put it, AI won't replace marketers, but marketers who know how to use AI will replace those who don't. Technology leaders agree. 69% of marketing professionals feel excitement and optimism about integrating AI tools into their daily work. They see AI not as a threat, but as a powerful assistant that handles routine tasks, data collection, initial analysis, drafting content, enabling them to concentrate on big ideas that truly differentiate a brand. AI still cannot independently build a coherent brand strategy or fully grasp cultural context. It needs a human conductor. Creative agencies are likely to undergo even deeper transformations than in-house marketing teams. Traditionally, agencies were valued for developing bold concepts and executing them through design, copy, and video production. Now, AI can handle many of these production tasks, from layout design and copy variants to basic video editing. This disrupts the old business model. If a client can generate a logo or banner through an online AI platform, will they still pay an agency for it? Leading agencies are responding by repositioning themselves as strategic and creative intelligence partners. Instead of selling finished ads, they sell ideas, insights, and technological expertise. Agencies are hiring AI specialists, building internal R&D labs focused on neural networks, and integrating these tools into their workflows. For example, the global communications giant WPP announced a partnership with NVIDIA to develop generative AI capabilities in advertising production, aiming to create personalized video ads on the fly for different consumers. Meanwhile, Publicis Group launched its own internal AI assistant, Marcel, back in 2018. It helps employees find colleagues with specific expertise and suggests creative ideas drawn from the agency's collective knowledge base. In short, agencies are using AI as both an internal accelerator and a selling point, proof to clients that their campaigns will be more innovative and efficient. The structure of marketing teams is also evolving. New roles are emerging. The MarTech specialist, responsible for selecting and integrating AI-driven marketing platforms. The marketing data analyst, a hybrid between a marketer and a data scientist, skilled in data segmentation, customer modeling, and predictive analytics. In creative departments, the AI creator, an expert in image and video generation tools who bridges the gap between concept and machine execution. Traditional creatives, copywriters, and art directors are learning to conduct neural networks, defining tone and style, filtering AI outputs, and applying the finishing touches. This shift is already underway. According to surveys, 83% of marketers say that AI allows them to focus more on strategic or creative aspects of their work. Their role is moving up the ladder of abstraction. Less operational routine, more strategic oversight and creative direction. Still, transformation is rarely smooth. Many companies acknowledge a shortage of qualified talent. Some are retraining existing employees, while others are hiring a new generation of specialists who have grown up with AI tools. Partnerships are also becoming common. Brands bring in AI consultants or data analytics firms, and consulting giants like McKinsey and Deloitte now act as mentors in AI-driven marketing transformation, helping organizations integrate new technologies and workflows. In the long run, marketing teams will likely become smaller but more highly skilled. Routine work will be automated, reducing the need for large numbers of junior staff. At the same time, the value of individuals capable of generating breakthrough ideas, making bold decisions, and defining brand meaning will soar. After all, creativity and emotional resonance are what distinguish one brand from another. AI can optimize and even co-create form, but the soul of a brand, the part that connects with human emotion, remains a uniquely human domain. Creative agencies, too, will likely shrink in size but expand in complexity. Routine production will either move in-house, as brands build internal content studios with AI tools, or become fully automated. Agencies will evolve into consultancies, creative directors, and innovation labs. Those that cling to old models risk losing clients. Indeed, some brands are already reducing outsourcing, empowered by AI platforms that allow their internal teams to deliver faster and cheaper results than external partners. Yet, creativity itself is not a mass-produced commodity. The best ideas still come from the human mind. The difference is that now, inspiration and execution are supercharged by AI. The marketing profession is becoming more technological, but also more intellectually stimulating. Less repetition, more problem-solving, and collaboration with intelligent machines. In summary, the marketer's role is not disappearing. It's becoming central. The marketer of the future is a strategist, storyteller, and analyst in one person, equipped with advanced tools. Creative agencies will not die out. They will transform into high-level think tanks, centers of innovation and AI expertise. Artificial intelligence will take over part of the workload but open entirely new frontiers for human creativity, designing the interaction between humans and machines, and crafting ideas that touch the soul, something no algorithm can replicate. As with every technological revolution, those who adapt and learn will thrive. Marketers who master AI will become even more valuable, their creativity irreplaceable, their efficiency multiplied. What we are witnessing is a renaissance of the marketing profession. It is being redefined, but its essence remains the same: understanding people and influencing their emotions and behavior. Today, the madmen of advertising meet the mathematicians of Silicon Valley, and together they are shaping the new face of the industry. The future of marketing. Human plus AI. Looking ahead, one thing becomes clear. The marketing of the future will be a symbiosis of humans and artificial intelligence. All indicators suggest that we're still only at the beginning of this transformation, and the most profound changes are yet to come. What will the relationship between brands and consumers look like in 5 to 10 years when AI tools become even more advanced? Let's try to paint that picture based on today's trends and forecasts. First, total personalization will reach an entirely new level. If segmentation today divides audiences into groups, future technology will enable marketing to adapt in real time to each individual. Imagine visiting a clothing brand's website, and AI instantly reshapes the store window for you, displaying outfits virtually tailored to your taste based on your Instagram, past purchases, even the weather outside. Prices could dynamically adjust to the amount you're most likely willing to pay. Whether that's ethical is another matter, but it's technically possible. Augmented and virtual reality, enhanced by AI, could create immersive try-on experiences or virtual store journeys, where every person sees a personalized version of the showcase. Another emerging area is effective computing. Systems capable of recognizing a consumer's emotions through facial expressions, voice tone, or typing patterns, and adapting accordingly. Marketing could detect when a customer is frustrated or excited and change its approach. For instance, an AI assistant in a call center could recognize irritation in your voice and immediately route you to a human operator who apologizes and offers a bonus. Or a digital billboard might change its ad based on the expressions of nearby pedestrians. These once futuristic concepts are already being tested in pilot projects. Generative content will become ubiquitous. Advertising campaigns of the future won't be static. They'll be self-learning ecosystems. At launch, hundreds of versions of ads, texts, banners, videos, audio jingles will be generated. AI will monitor performance, identify what resonates best, and instantly create new iterations, replacing weaker ones. Campaigns will literally evolve in real time until they achieve optimal engagement for every audience segment. Part of this creativity will come from user-generated content. Customers will interact with brand platforms, creating their own variations of brand experiences. AI will then curate and amplify the best ideas. The line between content creators and consumers will blur. Everyone will, in a sense, become a co-creator of the brand. Automation will go even further. Routine marketing tasks such as budget allocation, agency coordination, and deadline tracking could soon be handled by digital AI managers. These virtual project leads would assign tasks, monitor performance, and optimize workflows, faster and more objectively than humans. That would free up even more time for creative professionals, though it would also require trusting AI with certain managerial decisions. We'll also witness the rise of entirely new advertising formats. Picture conversational marketing. Potential customers will interact directly with a brand SAI representative via smart speakers or messaging apps, having natural dialogues where the AI offers recommendations, answers objections, and tells the brand story. This kind of interactive brand ambassador combines the functions of copywriting, customer service, and storytelling in one. Even now, experimental chatbots can run quizzes, tell historical brand stories, or guide users through interactive experiences, and soon these will become a dominant form of subtle, conversational marketing. Media itself will transform. Algorithms are already curating what we see, and brands may begin creating their own AI-driven media ecosystems. Imagine subscribing to Nike and receiving your personalized feed of inspiration and sport, news, videos, and advice, generated by AI from Nike's own materials and partner content, all tailored to your preferences. It's essentially a personalized digital magazine powered by AI. In this way, brands will evolve into full-fledged media companies, using AI to scale personalized storytelling to millions of unique versions. Yet, through all this, the human factor remains central. Even a decade from now, marketing's ultimate goal will still be to move the human heart and mind. AI will fade into the background. Under the hood is of processes, while consumers will continue to value brands that feel human, empathetic, authentic, and emotionally intelligent. That's why we're already seeing brands highlight their human touch, showing real employees, emphasizing social responsibility, and maintaining personal interactions alongside automated ones. As digital saturation grows, people crave warmth and authenticity. The best marketing of the future will combine hyper-technology with genuine human connection. Collaboration between brands and consumers will also evolve dramatically. AI-assisted crowdsourcing could allow users to submit creative ideas, while algorithms help select and refine the best ones for brands to realize. Marketing will become increasingly community-centric. Successful brands will build ecosystems around themselves. Vibrant communities engaged in continuous dialogue, enhanced by AI analytics that interpret opinions and co-create new products with their audiences. Of course, new challenges will emerge. AI regulation will likely become stricter, with limits on hyper-targeting and potential mandates for human oversight in major campaigns. Governments may require AI transparency reports, detailing which algorithms were used, how bias was tested, and how ethical compliance was ensured. Society will demand accountability to ensure that AI in marketing doesn't manipulate emotions excessively, invade privacy, or discriminate. A new profession could arise, the AI marketing auditor. independent experts who evaluate corporate algorithms for fairness and responsibility. But the core theme of the future is collaboration between humans and AI. When they work together, they achieve synergy. AI brings efficiency, precision, and scale. Humans bring creativity, empathy, and meaning. Together, they can create marketing that is both highly technological and deeply human. Ultimately, marketing is evolving into something far more interactive, personal, and intelligent. The boundaries between advertising, service, and product will dissolve. Marketing will become an integrated, intelligent layer surrounding the product itself. Brands that succeed in combining the best of human creativity and artificial intelligence will lead the industry. Those that lag will either learn from the pioneers or risk losing touch with a new generation of consumers for whom AI-driven interaction is the norm. The marketing of the future promises to be thrilling, dynamic, and full of discovery. But that is a topic worthy of its own conversation. For now, let us pause and reflect on what our journey through the AI revolution in marketing has revealed, and where it is taking us next. Conclusion: the new marketing, a symbiosis of intelligence and creativity. We've journeyed through many dimensions of this topic, from numbers and technologies to the depths of human psychology. Artificial intelligence has transformed marketing. It has made it smarter, faster, and more precise. Brands now speak to each of us in our own language, through personalized offers, tailored content, and conversations with friendly chatbots. Marketing is no longer a monologue. It has become an endless dance of data and human desire, where AI leads the rhythm and humans add the soul. We've seen how global giants like Nike, Amazon, Coca-Cola, Netflix, and Starbucks already use AI to become closer and more relevant to their customers. The facts speak for themselves. The technology works. It drives sales growth, saves resources, and at times sparks creative breakthroughs that make headlines. But at the same time, this is only the beginning. AI is still learning, like a child with immense potential, and marketers are learning to be its wise mentors. The emotional takeaway from this story is simple. Marketing has always been about people, our dreams, our needs, our pains, and our joys. Artificial intelligence does not strip marketing of its humanity. On the contrary, when used wisely, it helps us understand one another better. After all, what do we want as consumers? To feel valued, to get real help in making the right choice, to trust brands that don't let us down. If an algorithm recommends something genuinely useful, I'm grateful, both to the brand and to the technology behind it. If a chatbot resolves my problem instantly, I feel relief and loyalty. Technology becomes a force for good when it serves great customer experience and protects the consumer AS interests. Of course, responsibility is key. As we discussed, trust can be lost instantly if brands misuse personal data or abandon ethical standards. Artificial intelligence is a powerful tool, but it remains in human hands. The future of marketing depends on how wisely we wield that power. So far, the signs are encouraging. The industry recognizes the risks and is building frameworks for responsible AI. Marketing is entering a stage of maturity, where advanced technology goes hand in hand with human values. Looking back at the chapters we've explored, it's hard not to feel a sense of inspiration. We live in an era of transformation, where what seemed like science fiction yesterday has become part of a marketer guerrilla daily routine today, where instead of guessing at random, we rely on intelligent systems, where creativity itself has evolved, becoming generative, collaborative, and instantaneous. Yes, change is challenging. It means constant learning, rethinking processes, and sometimes failing along the way. But isn't that what drives progress? Marketing has always contained a touch of magic, the ability to create a connection between a product and a person as heart. Now, to that magic, we've added the science of big data and machine foresight. The true leaders of modern marketing are both the magician and the scientist, and sometimes both live in the same person, armed with a neural network and imagination, and finally, a glimpse into the future. We've spoken about marketing, but we have only begun to touch on another vast frontier: creativity and content in the age of AI. What will happen to music, cinema, literature, and design when algorithms can generate symphonies and masterpieces? How will the role of the artist or writer evolve? How will AI reshape culture itself? That's an equally thrilling journey, and in the next film of this series, we'll dive into it, exploring how artificial intelligence is transforming creativity and content. Fasten your seatbelts. The technological and humanistic revolution is far from over. The most fascinating part is still ahead.